recording. Alright, so I'm gonna start with a fresh chart. Go to the daily, and I'm gonna take everything off. Start on the day. Um, I just come right here to the left side toolbar. I hit this little trash can, click it one time, and it will take everything off my chart. So now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna find my high and low on a daily. When I'm finding my high and low on a daily, I can look where price is at, and I will see the last place that price came from on a daily time frame, which would be like the end of right here. And I include wicks too in my zones. Some people don't, but I include wicks in my zones. So I'm gonna take a horizontal line. That's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna take a horizontal line. For my daily, I'm gonna start with red. And I'm color coordinated by the colors of the rainbow, just so that I can know what time frame, like what the time frames are. Not even time frames, but like what time frames I found my support and resistance on. Okay. Then I'm going to go to the back to the horizontal line, select it again. Now I'm gonna find my high. This is my high for my daily. This little wick right here, this is my high. And I'm gonna include this wick like that. Now I am going to take my pip bar. We can technically stay on a daily and mark up our charts. We don't even have to go down to another time frame to mark it up. The way that I'm going to show you how to use the pip counter. So we can stay on a daily and just mark up our charts. But this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to take my pip counter. I'm going to take it from that horizontal line from my high to my low. And then I'm going to go to get another horizontal line. And I'm going to change the color. Since we already found our high and low, for the daily, I'm going to change the color from halfway in between high and low. And so I'm going to change that one to orange. So now I'm going to put the orange horizontal line halfway through right here. This horizontal line in the pip counter, that's halfway. So I'm going to put a horizontal line halfway through. Wait, it didn't go. Oh, I changed the color of my other bar. Okay, so let me do that again. Okay. So let me change this one back to red. Okay, let me do that again. Grab my pip tool, come from this to resistance down to support. And I'm going to put this orange line. What happened? Why is it not staying on my screen? Basically, I want my orange line to be halfway. Right here. Okay, I know why it's not staying, but let's see. So, like, this will be halfway. So let's just drag it down. So, like there. Alright, let's go. And then now I'm going to just keep doing the same thing. So now in between the red and the orange, and this orange and this red, we're going to find zones, but we're going to change the color, and those two zones will be the same color. So now we're going to go to, no, don't change it just yet. So now we're going to grab another horizontal bar. Okay, Trey. Right here. Put that right there. Now, halfway between these two zones, we're going to pick a color. And this color is going to be yellow. Okay. And then we're just going to add this yellow line halfway right there. Same thing. Halfway right there. We will add another yellow. right there. Okay, and I'm gonna keep doing the same thing. Now, when we do it again, we'll take the pip counter and we will measure from the red to the yellow. And then what's the next color? So we did red, orange, yellow, then we have green. So take green, put that green one halfway. Take our pip counter, now yellow to orange. And we're gonna add another green one halfway. Take our pip counter, orange to yellow. Add another green one halfway. And then from this yellow to the red, we will add another green one halfway. Okay. And this is just helping you find zones. Okay. An easy way to help you find zones. Now, of course, you could continue to go down, or add more zones if you like, but you see it's time consuming, like changing the colors and whatnot. But I mean, you can do it however you want. Like if you want to just keep adding zones, you can even go down to like where price is currently at now. We can go down to like our 15-minute and say like these zones, in between the zones that we have now, all these zones should be equal, honestly. All of these zones should be equal to like same amount of pips. Okay. I mean, we can like get a pip counter and we can count them. Like you can definitely see there's more zones even like in between. Like I would choose like right here as another zone. But let's count these. Okay. Yeah, all of these zones are about 100 pips. So now we can definitely go in between these zones and find more zones. Now, if you look at how price move in between these zones, you can definitely see that when price come up to the zone, like it doesn't touch exactly. Like right here, price did not exactly touch the zone before it left and went back down. Right here, price did not like exactly touch the zone before it left and went back up. That's because these are not technically like zones, they're lines, they're horizontal lines. Now, if you want to add it, go back and make it a zone, just add your rectangle to the screen like this. Like I usually make sure my zones are about like at least 10 pips. So I'm gonna take my tool thing, and I'm gonna make sure I at least got about 10 pips in my zone. Alright, so this zone is 15 pips. Let me make it a little bit smaller. Like that. Measure it. Alright, so that's about 11 pip zone. I'm happy with that. Now if I want to take my zone and I want to space it out, I'm gonna come up here, I'm gonna click the zone, my little rectangle box. Then I'm going to come up here to the little toolbar for the rectangle box that pops up. Click this toolbar, and then I'm going to go to this top number. If this top number doesn't already have a negative, add the negative in front of this top number. But it has the negative, so all we're going to do is add 2 zeros. We're going to come down here to this number right here, and we're going to do the same thing, add 2 zeros. Okay? And you see now we have a zone right there. Now since this horizontal line is lime green, let's change this box, our rectangle box, to lime green as well. And we could also fill in the color to lime green. Fill in the color. Okay, it didn't change the lime green because look at the shade of it, is the opacity is gone. So we could darken the opacity of our box. We could have it like this. Like we could do it really dark like that where you can't see the candlesticks behind it. Or you could bring the keep it dark like that. You can press send to the back. Or how do you do this so that you can see your so so that you can see your candlesticks over it. See, like when I click over it. But let's just make it a little bit lighter because, okay. I still want to make it a little bit lighter. Okay. All right. So now that's how we make a zone. Now you see how price touched it. Now look at our zone versus our line. So you see how price is touching. Get out of my room. So you see how price isn't touching our line in the middle of our zone, but it's touching our zone now. So our zone helps us, like, give us that much more confirmation, and it's better like when helping us take trades, or like definitely when setting our TPs, our take profit. You could even make the zone a little bit bigger so that it could literally touch these two candlesticks right here. But that's all up to you. It's all preference. Now, if you wanted to add, since these between these zones are, we do have 117 pips between these zones. I mean, well, I don't want to take it to the end of that zone. I want to take it to the line because we were using the lines, not the zones, the horizontal lines. So from the horizontal line to this horizontal line, we could add another zone in between. So I was wondering, so let's go with blue. I will add a blue line. Okay, I definitely changed the color of my blue line. Okay, horizontal line. And we're going to add this horizontal line right here. And we're going to change that into a zone as well. We're just going to take this zone, clone it, change the colors to blue. Change the colors to blue. And we will drag it. Oh, I did it again. I didn't change the colors to the wrong one. Yeah, bear with me. I'm supposed to be changing the colors to this one to be blue. Yeah. Alright, there we go. And look, I'm going to drag it right over here. Boom. Another zone. See, this is the easy way to help us find zones. See, instead of it being a horizontal line, now we actually have a zone. Okay? Alright, so I hope this video was helpful. Just another way to help you find zones, okay? That's all this video is supposed to about, just to help us find zones. And let's just say, let's just mark this up too. Let's turn this into like a rectangular zone. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna click this zone up here, clone it, drag it down here. Now you see how price is touching, like this wicked up here, and it touched it, but it did not touch that horizontal line in here. Okay. And you see how these two wicks right here is touching in our zone, but it did not touch that horizontal line. That's why I'm saying make zones instead of horizontal lines, okay? Orange, change it to orange because I think that line was orange. Then I go here, change this to orange as well. Look, boom, another pretty zone. And these zones move perfectly. Even between these zones, you could still go down, make more zones, because in between these zones is 60 pips. Now we can go down, we can do a 30 pip zone. But pretty much, I just wanted to show y'all how to mark up charts in an easy way, easy way to mark zones. Okay. Now you can see these zones can be traded from the 15-minute. Look at price action on them. That's a whole nother video or whatever. But yeah, these zones can be traded from the 15-minute. See some pretty good price action on the 15-minute. Definitely go down to the 5-minute too. Yeah, make it do what it do. All right, so I'm gonna end this video, and I will post the link in the chat. Look how this left this zone. It came down halfway and it went back up. See? From this line to this line. It came down halfway. Did it not? Like it came down literally perfect halfway, but then it went back up. Okay, so let me stop recording.